What color would you say this horse is? If you said white, that's not actually right. If you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see what color these first horses really are, and also see what a horse that is truly white looks like. But let's start at the other end of the spectrum with black horses. If you watch my channel much, you know that I'm partial to the black horses. Black is not a very common color in horses, but there's one breed that is always black. That is the Friesian horse. Rarely they can have a white star on their forehead, but I personally have never seen that before. I recently made a video with this Friesian stallion that had some amazing dappling that you can see here. I don't think it's uncommon to have some very faint dappling in a Friesian horse, but this one just looks stunning. Another recent video I made showed 6-horse teams of Percherons that were true black. You can see that even in the bright sunshine they are jet black. I'll leave a link in the description for that video, and I'll also leave links for several other videos I'll mention as we go along in case you want to check them out. We show a lot of Arabian horses on this channel, and although Arabians come in limited colors, they do occasionally come in a true black. I say true black because the next lighter color for horses is a dark bay like the one shown here. Sometimes the line is a little blurred between what's really a black horse and what's a dark bay horse. The bay color pattern is arguably the most common color for all horse breeds combined, and the shade of bay varies greatly. These two horses are both bay, but yet you can see how they look very different from each other. But what really is a bay? That means the horse's main coat is brown or reddish brown, and the mane, tail, and lower legs are black. Bay is one color that seldom has dappling, but here you can see this Arabian does have dappling on his side and even on his hindquarters. And here is a shot of a racehorse named Matoli that I saw in Kentucky. He won some huge races, including the Breeders' Cup Sprint and the Met Mile. You can see that he's dappled like few other bay horses are. So here are a few different shades of color for bay horses. While we're looking at some different bay horses, you can click the like button if you're enjoying this video, and please subscribe to be notified of future videos on this channel. Next up for our horse colors is chestnut, which is sometimes called sorrel. A chestnut or sorrel horse is similar to a bay, but usually with a more reddish tint to it. Also, instead of the mane, tail, and legs being black, they are more close to the color of the red-brown like the rest of the coat. Sometimes a chestnut horse will have a flaxen mane and tail like you see here. I think that looks especially cool, and just look at that long flowing mane on this guy. You'll find a link in the description if you want to see the whole video for this horse. Chestnut horses can come in a variety of shades like the bays do. Here's what a light colored chestnut can look like. And here's a medium shade that's the most common color. There's also a darker version that's called liver chestnut, like the one shown here. I think the liver chestnuts are striking, don't you? The next color we'll talk about is more of a coat pattern rather than a particular color, but this is called pinto. A lot of people call these paint horses, but paint is a breed and pinto is a pattern. Did you know that before? So a horse can be a pinto without being a paint. There are also different types of pintos. The classic pinto color that most people think about is called Tobiano. The horses you're watching are called Pintabians, which are Arabian horses bred to pintos because purebred Arabians don't come in pinto. These Pintabians have been selectively bred until they are over 98% Arabian, but they're definitely 100% gorgeous. I'll leave a link in the description to view my entire video about Pintabians. In addition to Tobiano pintos, there is also a pattern called Overo, like the horses seen here. It's a solid coat with large irregular splashes of white, as you can see in these video clips. The last pinto pattern I'll show is called Sabino. That's what the horse I used to ride is. Sabino horses are mostly one color with less markings than the other two patterns we've seen already, and there is usually a prominent splash of white on the head. There are other types of pintos, but the ones we covered are the main three. The next lighter color on our list is roan. Roan horses are not terribly common, and many breeds do not come in roan. Roan is when red and gray hairs are all mixed up together, sort of like salt and pepper. My experience has been that roans are mostly quarter horses and wild mustangs. This roan mare had a baby that was a light chestnut. She was named Laney, and she was beautiful with that big wide blaze. I went out to see Laney when she was just 3 weeks old. Here is Mom, Dad, and baby all together, so you can see how a bay stallion bred to a roan mare produced a chestnut filly. Next on our list of colors is Palamino. If you're, shall we say, mature enough to remember the old Roy Rogers show, he had a Palamino horse named Trigger. Trigger's original name was Golden Cloud. I kind of like the original name better, but how about you? Which name do you prefer? Palamino is a color that most people recognize, and it's very visually pleasing. Palaminos come in a variety of shades, from a rich gold color to very light, almost white sometimes. The mane and tail of Palaminos are also white or cream colored. Most Palaminos are quarter horses or crossbred quarter horses. So overall it's not a terribly common color, but it is a very beautiful color. The next color that's a little lighter than Palamino is Buckskin. Buckskin is similar to Palamino, except the coat is usually lighter, going from a light gold to a cream color. One difference from Palamino is that a buckskin's mane, tail, and lower legs are black, the same as they are for bay horses. Buckskin is not a terribly common color, but you do see it occasionally. The next color we'll look at is gray. Gray horses vary widely in how they look. Since we're looking at colors in order from darkest to lightest, let's look at some darker gray horses first. The dark grays usually have dappling, as seen here, and the mane and tail can be either gray or white, but I found usually it's a mixture of both. Arabians are one of the breeds where gray is a quite common color. Gray horses' coats are often what is called flea-bitten. I assure you there are no actual fleas involved, but rather that term refers to the small flecks of bay or black in their coat. And now here is the answer to what the coat color is on the horse we saw at the beginning of this video. It's technically a gray horse, even though most people would say it's white. That's because a truly white horse has pink skin, but this horse's skin is black, as seen around the eyes and muzzle. Here are a couple other examples of horses that look white, but they're actually gray. This Arabian looks white, but Arabians do not come in white because they all have black skin. So anytime you see a white-looking Arabian horse, you'll know that it's technically gray. By the way, most gray horses are born with a very dark or even black coat. As they grow up, the hair pigment slowly lightens until some of them appear to be white. You can see how the tail on this weanling already looks gray, so this one will probably almost certainly be a gray horse when it grows up. And that brings us to our final color, which is white. A truly white horse is one that has pink skin like you see here. And remember this pinto we saw earlier in the video? The white part of him is a true white because you can see the pink skin underneath the coat. White is actually pretty rare, at least for horses that are a true white with pink skin. But here's a little pony of America a friend of mine owns that is white. You can see the pink skin on its face. But wait, this little pony has both pink and black skin. You can really see it here after her shower. So is she a true white? I'm not sure what the answer to that question is, and there may not be a definitive answer, but you can leave a comment to let us know what you think about that question. Now we'll look at some horses that are definitely true white because they have all pink skin. I only have 3 horses as samples for that because white is such a rare color. And here's a nice close-up look at the pink skin on another horse that boards out at the barn where I ride. He is appropriately named Ghost. So there you have it. Those are 9 colors of horse coats that probably make up 99% of the horses you'll ever see. Which color is your favorite one? And again, what color horse or horses do you own or ride? Let us know in the comments. And remember, I have links in the description in case you want to do more of a deep dive into some of the videos referenced in this video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time with more magnificent horses.